Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of DaveCha Moments, where we dive into life, love, leadership, and godly living. One powerful story at a time, of course. Today, I want to talk to the one who feels unqualified, too small, too broken, too afraid. If that's you, then this episode is your reminder. The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. That is it. So we are diving into the life of Gideon, a man who went through hiding in fear to leading in fire. So let's talk about what happens when God calls the least likely. So number one, I found out there is a setup. Gideon didn't grow up as a hero. When we meet him in Judges chapter 6, he's hiding in a wine press, threshing wheat in secret. He wasn't rich. He wasn't famous. He literally told God, I'm from the weakest clan and I'm the least in my family. Yet God calls him not by his fear, but by his future. The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. So God always sees what we can become before we ever believe it. Yeah? So there's some key lessons we can learn from Gideon. Number one is that God calls you by your destiny, not your condition. So Gideon saw fear, but God saw fire. He called him a warrior while he was still hiding. That tells me something. That where you are now is not where God plans to have you. Number two, another thing I realize is that God often chooses the least likely. You know, the world always chooses the loudest, but God chooses the least. The ones that feel too broken, too weak. So if you feel unqualified or underqualified, then you're in a good company today and now. Number three, that's something again we can learn from Gideon, is that before God uses you publicly, he deals with you privately. You see, before the battle, Gideon had to go home and destroy his father's idol. So he had to clean his house before the army. So what altars need to be torn down in your life? You need to ask yourself that before God uses you publicly, he deals with you what? In private. The fourth lesson we can learn from the life of Gideon is this, is that let me put it like this. God does not need numbers to win. I think this one is very obvious, because God reduced Gideon's army from 30,000 to 300. And he did this one so that the glory would go to him. So you don't need a big crowd. You just need a big God, and you are done. The fifth thing we can learn from the life of Gideon is that obedience always matters more than what? Than perfection. Obedience matters. You know, Gideon was still scared. And he asked for signs. Yeah. He asked, show me. If it is you, show me. But you know what? He moved anyway. So sometimes your faith may be trembling, like that one of Gideon. But more, you know what? Obey and trust. This one will always make things move. The last thing that we can learn, of course, from the life of Gideon is that please beware of pride after victory. I'm saying this because after the win, Gideon made a golden ephod. You know, the ephod that was used by the priests. Yeah, he took golden rings from the people, and he made golden ephod that became an idol later. And so success can become a snare if we stop depending on what? On God. The danger is not in failing. It's in succeeding without surrender. Even as I finish my reflection, Gideon's story is your story. It's a reminder that God can turn fear into fire and weakness into a weapon. He's not looking for perfect people. He's looking for people who are willing. So wherever you are today, you're a youth leader, you're a young mother, you're a student, you're a single dad, single mother, you're a church worker, you're a husband, you're a mentor. I don't know who you are. I have just one question for you. Will you answer the call? Even if you're still hiding in the wine press, will you answer the call? I know you're hiding somewhere, life has beat you and you're hiding somewhere and you feel you cannot make it. Can you answer the call? Because God is still saying, the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. That's it for today's episode of DaveCha Moments. And if this blessed you, please share it with someone who feels like Gideon, someone who needs to know that their weaknesses, their weakness does not disqualify them, it prepares them. Please follow more for biblical insights, practical wisdom, and real conversations about life and godly growth. Until next time, keep rising, keep growing, and keep walking in the fire God placed in you. This is Coach Davey signing off.